in the mix with the DJ always banging the real hip hop. DJ
BandClap.
First time that I saw you, boy, it was a warm and sunny day. All I know is I wanted you. I really hoped you looked my way. Then you smiled at me so warm and sweet, I could not speak. You make me feel like a little girl. What did you do to me? Now what am I supposed to do? Want me when I want you in the world? How can I want you for so long when I'm already somewhere?
doctors and teachers. What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays kids more worried about the
Open my eyes and realize that I was still being taken for a constant ride. Oh no, ooh baby, ain't nothing. There was never nothing for me. Oh, but I can't get. Oh, baby, you got me going up and down. No, never good for me. So tired of you making love to me, then disappearing so suddenly. Up and down it goes, and I'm so tired of you pacifying me with promises you know that you'll never keep.
Yo, what is poppin'? Before the video starts, I just want to let you all know that I give readings, just like the ones that you see every Monday on my channel. I give on point Orisha Tarot card readings for singles and also for couples. I also do natal chart consultations. My Everything is Everything reading is by far my best seller. If you want to check out any of these services, please visit my website at www.bandclaptv.com. So again, if you want to check these things out, go to my website, www.bandclaptv.com. All right, on with the yo, what is poppin', YouTube and Patreon fam? It's the top of the week, so you already know what time it is. It's your boy, Mr.BandClap, at it again with another on point Orisha Tarot forecast spread. And this is going to be for the week of Monday, May the 9th through Sunday, May the 15th of 2022. Yeah, I bet y'all thought that I wasn't going to ever do this again. But hey, y'all should know by now that I'm very spontaneous with the things that I do. And, you know, I got this hotel room for today, so it just felt right to bring back the On Point Orisha Tarot forecast spread. So a lot of things have been going on with me these past few weeks and stuff like that. You know, I had to take some time off social media. I was dealing with some family issues. My mom has been in the hospital for the last 5 or 6 days. You know, she was finally released on Mother's Day, actually. You know, so I'm so glad about that. That was really something that I was going through emotionally. You know, along with my father, you know, he's been going through some things as well. So, you know, I just been taking time off, you know, seeing about them and all of that. Good news about my animation. I was finally able to muster up the money, you know, from my job and stuff. I was able to finally muster up the money so I can buy this 3D exchange. So I finally got it. So the next round of animations that you're gonna see is gonna look way different from the ones that y'all see on YouTube right now. Still, I got a long way to go as far as everything that I would need to really get this off the ground. So if you all would like to donate, I always put my donation links in the description of all of my videos. Because like I said, one thing that I'm noticing when it comes to doing this, among other things, is that number one, when it comes to ease of use, it's gonna cost a pretty penny. You know, the tools are out right now where you can create your own cinematic universe. You know, you can create your own movies, your own video games, your own cartoons, and things like that. You know, all it takes is some creativity, some time, some effort, and, you know, getting some finances and stuff like that put into it. And you too can create your own cartoon or animated series or video game. Right now, talking about the movie scene and stuff like that, there's a lot of talk about the metaverse. And meta just means self-aware. And then, you know, we know what verse is. So it's kind of funny that all the movies that's been coming out that mean something, they've all been talking about this metaverse and the different characters and how they differ in the metaverse. When we're talking about Marvel movies and stuff like that, you know, Stan Lee, he's going to live on through the characters that him and Jack Kirby created, you know, and there will always be metaverses where these characters exist. So my question to you all is, who is controlling your character? Who is controlling the deities that you look up to and stuff like that? And if it is true that we have these abilities and these powers as gods to create, then why aren't you doing the same thing? You know, it's something that Brother Panic talks about all the time. You know, we used to do this as children, creating characters and having storylines for them and all of those type of things. And we gave these things life. You know, we really believed in it, and we gave these things life. And on a metaverse, you know, those characters that you created, they never went anywhere. You know, they're still in your mind. And, you know, when you get to know your inner child doing that shadow work, a lot of those things come back online. And, you know, it's just beautiful that now there are different tools and things where you can bring those things to life. And, you know, even when you pass away, you can still live on through these things that you create. So getting into the astrology side of things, the moon is now in Virgo, and it is over the 9th house, which means that the baby Eshu is in Obatala's house. You know, he's in his father's house. For the past few days, you know, Virgo has been in La La Land. You know, Virgo has been in the 12th house, and all while Virgo was in the 12th house, I was hit with so many distractions and so many energy draining type of things, you know. So it kind of feels good that that Virgo is out of La La Land. But now, out of all the things that the baby Eshu went through while he was in La La Land, you know, remember, every time he goes to La La Land, he always has a mission. He always has a mission that he has to do there, you know. So like I always say, when the baby Eshu is in La La Land, he represents that person in the club while everybody's dancing. You know, he's the only one that's not dancing. You know, he's the one that's you know, standing on the wall, looking, observing, you know, stuff like that. So when something is about to pop off in the club, since he's not distracted by everything like everybody else, he's the first one that leaves out. You know, he's the first one that leaves out the club, because, you know, he understands when danger is coming. So, you know, he gets out of Dodge. And now, you know, after he's done observing, now he's going to Obatala's house to report. Now, meanwhile, in another metaverse, you know, we're in Taurus season still. So we're talking about the Taurus Oshun. You know, one thing that you all have to realize when it comes to the Orishas and their many paths, you know, this is nothing but talking about the metaverse on a spiritual type of level. You know, just like there are many versions of Spider-Man, there are many versions of Captain Marvel. You know, there are many versions of Doctor Strange. It's the same way there are many versions of Oshun. There are many versions of Legba. There are many versions of all of the Orishas. You know, that's what the paths represent. Different metaverses where these particular Orishas were able to carry out certain duties and certain missions. And it's up to us to observe these things and figure out which one of these paths represent what we're going through. And you can use these energies as a guide to help you throughout your life. So the sun is in Taurus. The sun is in Taurus and it's in the 6th house, you know. So a lot of us right now, we're going to be analyzing our stability, you know, analyzing our stability. Uranus is here in the 6th house, you know, so a lot of us are going to be analyzing our stability and our thoughts of being individuals and independent and things like that. And, you know, do we need to let go of that mindset and partner up with the people, places, and things that we need to partner up with so we can have more stability in our lives? And with Virgo being in the 9th house, you know, and with the 2nd house being in Sagittarius, the devil is really going to be in the details, you know, and you're not going to be able to blame your past experiences because in this day and time, at this time, you should have learned from those mistakes and extracted the wisdom from those things that you went through in your life. So a lot of us are going to be analyzing this in different ways. A lot of us are going to go about this in different ways. But no matter what you go through in Taurus season, you know, whether you're stable in this time or you're unstable in this time, if you are diligently and consistently working on yourself, you know, working on your values, letting things go, things like that, you will always get help from your spirit guides and your spirit team and all of that type of stuff. You know, you just got to learn how to decipher and decode the signs. And a lot of us, we've been through so many experiences in our life that if you don't know how to decode the signs by now, you know, I don't really know what else the devil needs to throw at you to wake you up and to light some fire up under you, so you can really see that whatever path that you're on, it's not giving you the stability that that you need to have, you know. And in these times that's coming ahead, stability is going to be very important, you know, very important. So let's see what we got. So as you know, this card right here, this comes from the Santissima Muerte deck, and this is going to be just the overall message for this week. These are rows going from Monday all the way to Sunday, and you know, this is going to give you some insight on some things that you need to be paying attention to and looking out for this week. Like I always say in these videos, you may not go through these things or witness these things on the particular day. It's just something that you need to keep in mind during this week. All right, so let's see what we got. All right, so we got this 18 card and it's reversed. So this is going to be some inner something dealing with the inside that a lot of us are going to be analyzing and you know, looking at the devil in the details when it comes to the status of this. So as we know, with this particular deck, there are 32 cards within this deck, and each you know, there's 8 cards in each row, and there's 4 rows. Now each of these rows, 4 rows, represent a world of the Cabal. So the first row is the world of emanation. The second row is the world of creation. The third row, which this card is from, is the world of formation. And the fourth row is the world of action. So the world of formation, it represents man's inner kingdom part of us, of our minds that consciously or unconsciously regulates all our actions and is made up of our thoughts, emotions, instincts, etc. So this card, the 18 card, this talks about emotions, sentiments, fluid and changeable like water. They are the aspect that characterizes this card both positively and negatively. Our emotions are the main source of our moods, our joys, our pains. They are the part of us that places us in a receptive and communicative position in regards to the external world, ready to embrace it with open arms. In negative terms, however, they can lead us to close and isolate ourselves from everything around us, transforming the initial multicolored source into tears. So this card talks about remember to put your heart into what you're doing. Otherwise, the results will be exclusively tied to the satisfaction of your ego, and it will stagnate into a swamp. Wow. Wow, that's deep. You know? So I asked this question to you all out there. Are you the source of your own emotional roller coaster? That's what you got to ask yourself. What inside me right now, you know, what is it that I'm working on right now? Because Taurus is in the 6th house. So what is it that I'm working on, that I'm putting all of this work towards? You know, is this something that you know, that is a innocent type of mission? You know, is this something that my soul wants to do? Because if not, this is the reason why you're going through a emotional roller coaster right now. You know, this is inner emotions. You know, this is our inner child telling us that, yo, you know, if your heart isn't in it, you're going to continue to be fooled. You're going to continue to be let down, you know, because at the end of the day, anything that you do with your ego, you're always going to be put in a survival type of mindset. And in this time to come, you really need to be putting yourself in a position to where you can be the god or goddess in your world. Whether that means that that book that you always wanted to write, that you get on that, you know, you take some time out of your day and put it towards writing that book, because that book is something that you put your heart into. And, you know, when you're doing things, you know, like Dolo the Pilot Man says, when you're doing things God's way, God is going to make a way for that book to be successful. And that book may be the one thing that submits your legacy to your children. You know, these things, a lot of times when it comes to these things that our heart wants to do, and it's for the betterment of your soul and the souls of the family around you, a lot of times starting out, you got to put a lot of energy. You got to put a lot of your own money up. You know, you gotta put a lot of your own energy into it. You know, a lot of people are just not going to support you because, you know, depending on what it is that you're trying to do, it might be something that nobody has seen done. You know, and you may be the first one to do it, but don't let that discourage you, because as long as you're participating in the rat race, knowing that deep inside you got something that you want to show to the world, you're going to continue to be in this emotional roller coaster, you know. And right now, the devil is in the details. You know, there's no getting out of this judgment. You know, there's no getting out of this judgment, because at the end of the day, you know, this is your soul. This is your soul judging you, you know. So let's see what Monday has for us. All right. So we got the Two of Air reversed. We got the Salamanders. And we got the Guardian Angel reversed. So these are some things right here that can have you in a emotional roller coaster that is your own doing. you know, and you need to be that judge. You need to be that baby issue judge and judge yourself and see, is this the reason why you're in a emotional roller coaster? And make these changes, work towards making these changes so you can change your stability. Because this right here, this can make you unstable mentally, you know. Being around disloyal friends, you know, being around people with a weakness of purpose, you know, and you're the only one in your circle of friends that has some type of realistic and rational mindset, and you're wondering why you're in such disharmony, you know, because at the end of the day, you feeling like you can change these people, you know, you feeling like you got everything under control, even though you're in the midst of all of this disloyalty, all of this weakness of purpose, all of this imbalance in love and communication. You know, in your psycho-demented mind, you still feel like you got everything under control, but behind closed doors, you're having a emotional roller coaster, and your work is unstable, and you're trying to you know, pray and do all of these things, you know, and the angels aren't hearing you, because they're like, yo, in order for us to help you in whatever work it is that you're trying to do, you know, there are some things that you need to let go. You need to let go of these friends that you can't see eye to eye with, no matter how much, you know, how much y'all grew up together, no matter how much y'all went through thick and thin together. You know, everything and everybody have an expiration date, and you have to be that person that within yourself, you have to be independent within yourself to know that, yo, you know, it may look like on the outside that I got everything under control, but in this time that I'm seeing right now, you know, there's a lot of disharmony going on in my life. And this disharmony is leading me to a emotional roller coaster, you know. And if you want to work towards making those changes, you know, there's a lot of things that you need to let go, and you can let go of these things by finding your true purpose, you know. And once you start doing that, you're gonna see how more harmonious your life starts to be after that. All right. So let's see what Tuesday has for us. All right, so we got the 10 of Fire reversed. So we got Shango. You know, when I see an Orisha card, I got to pull another card. 2 came out. Oya. Wow. Wow. Shango, Oya, and Oshumare came out. Okay. All right. Dang, I may have to pull some more cards. Let's see. Wow, all 3 of them came out. Let me see. Okay, so we got the 3 of Air. So this is a very peculiar situation, and I want to let all of these 3 deities say something about this. So Shango, let me pull a card for Shango. Okay, the 10 of Water, you know. So let's see what Oya has to say. All right, Oya got 2 cards. This is what Oya wants to say, and then we got Oshumare. Okay, so this is what Oshumare wants to say, and all of these things right here is a result when it comes to this, you know. So let's see. So right now, some of us may be in a emotional roller coaster mentally. A mental disorder, a mental situation is causing us to have a emotional roller coaster, you know, because of in our mindset, you know, we have this Saturn, Uranus, you know, feeling like you're all alone. Saturn, the hard reality is hitting you, and you feel like you're all alone. You know, you feel like you're in danger, breakup, depreciation, trouble and obstacles, feeling like you're going to be an easy prey to your enemies. The shadow of doubt and jealousy will condemn you to a sad fate. That's how you're feeling in your mind. And since the mind is all in and the universe is mental, you're influencing your emotions to have an emotional roller coaster. Now, when you're you already got this mindset, and then you're looking at the media, and the media is going to show you injustice, the inverted Shango, injustice and ego, the inverted Oya is going to show you chaos and destruction, and with Oshunmare, it's going to show you damned if you do, damned if you don't, and if you internalize that, then it makes sense that if you internalize these things because of what you're seeing in the media, because of what you're seeing around you that has really nothing to do with you, it makes sense that your means have been neither correct nor suitable. Therefore, you will soon fail. 1,000 obstacles will get in the way, bringing you discredit and weakening your spirit. Try to reconsider that you will not always be able to get away from tests. Even if you could, the balance would be negative, because these are tests of any nature that you're failing, that you're trying to avoid, resorting to countless excuses, things that you need to handle, and you keep making excuses about these things, and now the deadline is here, and you got nothing to show for all of this emotional roller coaster work, unstable work that you've been doing. You don't got anything to show for it. So this is what Shango has to say. Shango, he's the god of justice, peace and justice. He wields an axe, of truth. The god of thunder, the original Thor character. And Shango is saying, yo, if you need some help with your emotions, see my mom, Yemoya. This is Yemoya's specialty. That's why this looks like a crown. It is Yemoya's specialty to help people with emotional issues. That's her job. 10 of water. If you're truly serious about changing your emotional roller coaster and start working on the things that's going to make you more stable, it's going to start here. Victory through transcendence. This water is real murky, which means that if you're a fish and you're swimming in this murky water, you might have to do something that's out of the ordinary. You might have to do something that nobody suspected that you would do. But you doing this is going to make you transcend this murky water that everybody else is in. And then once people start seeing you do it, and then they're gonna start to rally around you and push you up even higher. So this talks about the fish transcend their element, being able to survive with half of their bodies out of the water, forming a crown that represents friendship, a joining of forces, and a mental request or petition. They also have to cross barriers to stay for a while in another context or environment, which is the air. So this is you going to someone, going to a Yemoya-like figure who specializes in emotional healing and voicing the issues that you're dealing with. This is talking about therapy. So Shango is like, yo, if you want justice in this situation, you got to seek therapy. That's what this is talking about. The crown represents the task performed. Everything has been fulfilled, for the spirit is everything, and spirit is in all things. Your partner will be prolific, and you will enjoy this love that embodies mind, body, and spirit. Total peace. And that's what we all should be striving for right now in this chaotic world that we're living in. So speaking of chaos, let's see what Oya has to say. So Oya, so she wants to piggyback on what Shango is saying. So she's like, yo, Once you've gotten this therapy and you're starting to see the victory and stuff like that, you know, and you start to get a little success, you start to, you know, you start to analyze, and you start to finally work towards, you know, what you've been getting this therapy about. You know, you're turning this emotional roller coaster around finally. Remember why you got the things that you got, so that you won't have to ever be back in this situation again. You know, she's saying, do not let your stubbornness or omnipotence blind you. Do not covet more than what you deserve, you know, because that's going to give you a danger of envy, corruption, fraudulent contracts, blackmail, and extortion. You know, remember the hard work. Remember the hard work that it took for you to become the GOAT. Remember the hard work that it's going to take for you to keep this position as the GOAT. You know, look how small this peak at the top is. You know, anything, a gust of wind can fly by, and that GOAT can step the wrong way, and if his feet aren't firmly planted on that ground, you know, he's planted on these coins, which are very slippery, you know, and these are coins that the people at the bottom, they want, you know. So the people at the bottom, they're not going to tell you that there's some wind coming, that there's some rain coming, that there's a storm coming. You know, if you're looking down, if you're up here at the top and you got these coins and you're standing on these coins, and then you're looking down at everybody at the bottom and you're laughing at them, you know, you're being stubborn. You act like that you're omnipotent, that you know, that you're at the top and nothing bad can happen to you while you're up here. You know, what Oya is saying, yo, if you're always looking at the sky and you're always paying attention to what's around you, you know, Oya is going to always let you know when chaos is coming, when the storm is coming, when trouble is coming, you know, so that way you can prepare yourself. And, you know, this might mean that you gotta kick some of these coins down so you can get a stable footing, you know, because at the end of the day, what matters more to you? What matters more to you? These coins or your position at the top? You know, what matters more to you? Getting money or being the GOAT? Because what Oya is saying is, you know, you're always going to have to make that choice when you're the GOAT. You know, sometimes you're going to get a ebb and flow and things like that. And there's going to be some situations to where, you know, you may have to let some of that money go, let some of these resources go, and you know, give them down to the needy. You know, so don't become a miser when you get to the top, you know, thinking that you can keep all of this. When Oya is telling you, yo, there's a storm that's coming. So you need to kick those coins down and let the people at the bottom have those little coins so that you can plant your feet firmly on the ground. So that, yeah, you know, you might have to give some things away. You might have to, you know, throw some of those coins down. But at the end of the day, you remain the GOAT at the top of the mountain, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, this Oshumare next to Oya, this can be Edoedo, you know. Meaning that if you can heed these messages, you know, the rainbow of success will always shine down on you in midst of the snakes at the bottom that want to, you know, amidst the snakes at the bottom that want what you have, you know. See, snakes, you know, they're kind of lazy. You know, they're not going to climb up the mountain and bite the GOAT. They're going to wait till the GOAT starts stumbling and falling down towards the ground. And then the snake is going to eat it, you know. But as long as you keep this pure heart, as long as your message stays pure, as long as you keep a peaceful, you know, your associations, you know, all of these things are on a peaceful, pure type of footing, you know, you never have to worry about this. You never have to worry about being separated. You never got to worry about danger, because at the end of the day, you got your Orishas to fight for justice for you, to fight for you with justice. You know, so you don't even got to get yourself dirty to fight for justice. Then you got Oya. She's gonna make sure that you're protected during the storm if you listen to her warnings. You know, and then you got the rainbow. You know, you got Oshumare, which is gonna which is gonna radiate throughout all of these to make sure, you know, that you're shining, you know, to make sure that you got that success and that your purity always shines through, you know. So let's see what Wednesday has for us. All right. So we got the Two of Water. We got the Message from Water. We got the Four of Fire. And we got the Seven of Fire. So this Two of Water, you know, this represents feast and happiness, great love based on harmony, stage of friendship, a love affair with a mutual understanding. And the reason why there's a mutual understanding because you're making harmonious connections, emotional connections that you all share the same values. You know, the same, you know, when you're with this person, it's like they raised your self-esteem and you raised their self-esteem. And now you have a understanding, tender feelings of charity and piety. Your love or companionship is beyond the material, you know? So a lot of people are in emotional roller coasters because when they're trying to find love, their love is based on material things. You know, their love isn't based on emotional fulfillment and making sure that each other's values and each other's dreams come true. You know, sometimes when you love somebody and they may have a dream or they may have something that they really want to do, and you know, you may have something else that you want to do. You may not totally understand why this person has this type of dream, but sometimes the best way to show somebody that you love them is to support them in their dreams, no matter what. You know, and that person, they'll never forget that. They'll never forget those times where, you know, they knew that you didn't really care too much for their dreams, but you know, you still went out of your way to support them when you could, you know, when nobody else would. Those are the things that really stick with people. You know, these are the things that really stick with people. You know, being humble in isolated or connected acts, which gradually and systematically will bring you prosperity, happiness, joy, and peace. You know, the little things. You know, Virgo in the 10th house. You reached a status. You reached a certain status because you always looked out for the little guy. You know, the same, you know, when you're with this person, it's like they raised your self-esteem and you raised their self-esteem. And now you have a understanding, tender feelings of charity and piety. Your love or companionship is beyond the material, you know? So a lot of people are in emotional roller coasters because when they're trying to find love, their love is based on material things. You know, their love isn't based on emotional fulfillment and making sure that each other's values and each other's dreams come true. You know, sometimes when you love somebody and they may have a dream or they may have something that they really want to do, and you know, you may have something else that you want to do. You may not totally understand why this person has this type of dream, but sometimes the best way to show somebody that you love them is to support them in their dreams, no matter what. You know, and that person, they'll never forget that. They'll never forget those times where, you know, they knew that you didn't really care too much for their dreams, but you know, you still went out of your way to support them when you could, you know, when nobody else would. Those are the things that really stick with people. You know, these are the things that really stick with people and make a love strong, you know. And then, you know, when you got when you got this strong relationship, you know, you got this reason why you got this strong sense of value, you know, when you're balanced within yourself, now you got thankfulness. When you get blessed, a lot of times you get blessed when you help people out, and you know, you might went out of your way and help somebody out, and you know, you might have didn't even ask them for anything in return, and then all of a sudden something that you're struggling to do, it just finally works out, and that's your spirit team. It was taking account, and now you're cashing out on that, you know. So make sure when it comes to your roots, your heritage, when it comes to those sensitive things, you're always spiritually being thankful for help and cooperation received collectively or individually, but representing the majority. You know, humility, you know, being humble in isolated or connected acts, which gradually and systematically will bring you prosperity, happiness, joy, and peace. You know, the little things. You know, Virgo in the 10th house. You reached a status. You reached a certain status because you always looked out for the little guy, and the little guy became a big guy, and they never forgot what you did for them. And now you're this message from water. You know, triumphant victory, maximum pleasure in realizing that you were able to defeat the difficulties either with or without help from others. Material and or energetic factors on any level of interpretation. You know, you have resorted to your integrity as a thinking and rational being and defeated your base desires and interests as a way to reach your proposed aim. And as a result, your plans finally came true. All of this may be hard at the beginning, but not at all unpleasant. Because if you heeded all of these type of messages, you know, you're gonna always have help. A lot of times the help may come out of nowhere. You may think all hope is lost, and then all of a sudden, you know, that person that you helped years ago, they never forgot about you, and they finally found you, and they want to bestow some of that positive energy that you once gave them and bestow that back on you. You know. So while you're working towards this, you know, while you're working towards the things that's providing you instability and things like that, you know, we're all fighting the beast. We all have a beast that we're fighting, you know. But at the end of the day, it's going to take some bravery, dexterity, and courage in facing this trouble. Quick thinking and skill in action. You know, you got to be clever in your business or commercial matters and take preventative and defensive measures against competition and rivalry in whatever field you're in. You know, we all gamble with opportunities, but the key is to plan and consider defensive strategies, not always offensive ones. You know, pick your battles wisely. Take into account public opinion, internal and external audiences, the environment, and the media. Your actions will be carefully protected and profitable in the long term. You know, Taurus always deals with the long run, you know, stability for the long run. And that's something that we need to pay close attention to right now. You know? All right. So let's see what Thursday has for us. All right. So we got the devil reversed. Yep. Babala Orisha. All right. You are the magician. When you know who you are, the devil can't tempt you no more. You know? And then you got the 5 of Earth. So, you know, we're talking about the things that we need to do to provide stability. You know, things that we need to work on so we can be more stable. You know, using the experiences that we went through and finding the wisdom in those experiences and taking a more innocent approach. You know, doing these things, you know, this is going to help you to reclaim your power as the magician, a virtuous and prudent person, giving wise counsel and making wise decisions with a deep emotive psychology that will go deep inside your mind and heart, you know. And as long as you keep this in mind, you'll always have full protection against evil. That's why the devil is defeated. But the devil is always busy, you know. So don't think just because you got one victory from the devil that the devil isn't going to come back, you know, because the devil is always busy searching for who he can devour, you know. This talks about full protection against evil, peace, and spirituality, solidarity, a measured and cautious person, and above all, showing strong meditation ability, concentration, and willpower, good sense, which must prevail, or he could do nothing required of him or requested from him. This card advises perseverance, will, and analysis of goals, you know. So this is someone who, through their experiences and the things that they dealt with, you know, they have this status now as the wise magician, as the wise scholar, you know, someone who has shown and proved that they were able to defeat their base desires. You know, they were able to overcome the different obstacles that they went through, and even the times where, you know, we might have counted them out. You know, even those times where we might have counted them out, they climbed up out of that fire, and they ended up making up for lost ground, because, you know, they understood that, you know, doing this shadow work, overcoming this emotional roller coaster that led to instability, they knew that nothing will be easy, and perhaps, you know, not permanent or even lasting. So they understood that in order for them to regain this balance, you know, they had to recover spiritual values, because that's the big thing. A lot of times when we're in these low points of our lives, we just throw the spiritual values out the door. You know, we just throw that out the door. But, you know, this person right here understood that only the spiritual values is what's going to get you out of this position. And as long as you know that for yourself, the devil cannot tempt you. That's why the devil is reversed. You know, the devil can't be around this type of energy. You know, so the devil has to flee. You know? All right. So let's see what Friday has for us. So this is the 4 of air. All right. So this is the 7 of water. Okay. That's the 9 of air reversed. And this is the earth element reversed. All right. So let's see what's going on with this. So sometimes while we're the reason why that we're on this emotional roller coaster, you know, we spent so long in this unstable situation with our work ethic and all of that. It's because, you know, in this journey, there's a lot of loneliness that comes with this. You know, 4 of air. A lot of times, you know, due to gossip, you know, due to people constantly speaking bad on our name and all of those type of things, picking on us. You know, look at what the birds is doing to that guy. And once they leave, now he's just, you know, he's ill. You know, he got wounds that need to be healed. He needs rest and cure. Wounds of sorrow caused by loneliness. Nobody understands or remembers you. And sometimes that can be enough. That can be enough to put you in this 7 of water. You know, you start having a very close relationship with your illusions and your delusions. You know, you're lonely. You feel like that you're misunderstood. You feel like that there's no hope. And then you start participating in chimerical petitions, unrealizable dreams, and excessive fantasy to keep you from feeling alone. You know, feeling like you're going to be alone. You know, selfishness that leads you to ask a lot without giving much. You know, you feel like that you don't really have anything to give, but you're asking people to help, and they feel like you're draining them because it's not like you're giving anything back. You know, do not ask what you cannot give or demand what you cannot demand. Do not promise what you are not sure to fulfill. illusions that fade away as a result of selfishness. And then you start putting yourself in spiritual persecution. And then you get a blackish aura and attack astral body. And now nobody wants to mess with you at all. Nobody wants to help you. Nobody wants to deal with you. So if you're in this position, the first thing that you need to do is get out of hiding, get out of confinement. Search for wisdom. Search for wisdom. This cycle is over. The time is up, and you have to be ready. You must end this period of hiding and confinement. Putting yourself in this position, feeling like all hope is lost. It's time out for that. Because these earth element things are the reason why you're unstable. And if you can work on these things right here, this can help you to, this can help you to make the right decision and get on the right path and be consistent. So first off, Capricorn, you need to process, because even though Capricorn isn't necessarily in a house right now, when you look at the natal chart of today, it looks like it's in the second house, even though it's saying that Sagittarius is in the second house. So this means that, Capricorn is still influencing this second house. So the first thing that you need to do if you're in this position, you need to process these experiences that you're going through, these experiences that you went through that affected your material security, the money that you earned, your possessions, and also the close people that you allow to manipulate you and to lower your self-worth and your self-esteem. You need to finally sit down, and process. You need to process this and really sit down, even if you got to get a journal, even if you got to write it out, even if you got to say it out and record yourself saying it. You need to process in your mind, what are all of the things, all of the experiences, Sagittarius, all of the experiences, all of the unwise experiences that I went through that led to me having a material insecurity, that led me to be broke. All the money that I've earned, I don't have anything to show for it. All of my possessions are worthless possessions, and because of this left me in an uncomfortable position in my life. Second, you need to stop judging yourself on the experiences where you were young and dumb, or the experiences that you didn't know any better. You need to stop over judging yourself about those things so that you can get past it. You need to use this Virgo that is in the 9th house right now. You need to use the baby issue to point out the things that you should have learned from those experiences, so you can start on your journey to self-improve. And with Taurus in the 5th house, you need to figure out, what creative ways, with all the things that I've learned and all the things that I've been working on myself about, what are some creative things that I can do with this new knowledge and this new wisdom because of the shadow work that I've been doing. What creative stuff can I do to get me out of this instability? Some creative things that I can do that can raise up my second house things, which is attitude towards possessions. They can get you some money, the right way. Some things that can raise your self-esteem, some creative things that you can do that can raise your self-esteem, that can show your inner child, that can show your innocence, and things like that. And all of these things right here, it requires you to get out of hiding, to get out and do something. All of this requires for you to get up, get out and do something so you can change this. Because, you feeling like all hope is lost and begging, crying and begging other people to help you, and then you don't got nothing to help them back. You're just taking. and you're not even giving anything back, that's not going to help you at all to get out of this emotional roller coaster that you're in, you know? So make sure you heed that message. And now we're on the weekend, baby. So let's see what Saturday has for us. All right. So we got Baba Luaye. And we got the, what is this? That is the Six of Fire. Oh, there's another card under here. I didn't even see this. Wow. Okay. Wait, so let me move this over. So we got Baba Luaye. We got this Nine of Water reversed. And then we got this Six of Fire, and it was reversed. I didn't even know there was another card on there. All right. And then we got the Sun. And we got the Message from Fire. Okay. And then we got the Ten of Air reversed. Every time I see that, that's a good card. You know? So you're doing this work. You're doing this work, this week. So that you can be more stable in your creative endeavors. You know, so you can be more stable in the things that you hold dear. When it comes to how you want to express yourself, like the Sun, you know, the word is going to get around. You know, you don't have to tell people that you changed. It's going to show. It's going to show. Your status is going to be what's going to show. You know, that's let your status, let your work explain to everyone that you changed. You know, let your work be the result. Let your new work, your new status, let that be the result of the changes that you've been making. You know, and you too will be the phoenix that rises from the ashes. Now, do not lose hope if your energy seems to disappear. You know, this was probably a hard fight, and you may feel like that. You know, you don't hardly got a lot of energy left to enjoy the victory and keep going. You know, go back to the path that was apparently lost. Find strength in your soul family. You know, do not allow only ashes to remain after all your work, because this sun is waiting on you. You know, this is right around the corner. You know, this is literally right around the corner, and this is talking about success in your professional, marital, or extramarital love life, or in any event or situation that you're going through. Since the sun is a creator, it affords us creative power for art and science. You know, so this is someone who's done this shadow work. You know, they're coming out of this emotional roller coaster. They're finally finding the things that they really want to express that's going to give them stability. And now they're the phoenix that rose from the ashes. Now, this don't mean that everything is just going to be hunky-dory all of a sudden. No, you still got to keep working at this. You still got to keep working to build this. But don't worry, because, you know, as long as you stay on it, you will always be successful. You know, now, again, you know, you got this success, you got these good times that's going. Remember to not misspend what the sea has offered you. Try to use it for good and eat only what you need. Do not let your feelings interfere with negotiation. You know, and free what deserves to be free. That's what I was saying right here with this goat analogy. All excesses may bring sadness or illness that will prevent you from reaching your goal. You know, and also, you know, just because you did some good work and you're spiritually getting rewarded because of the good work that you've been doing, don't let arrogance dim your achievements, because it may turn away from those who wish to honor you and show you admiration. Do not rest on your laurels or fall into monotony, laziness, or complete idleness after you've gotten this success, justifying yourself because of your past achievements. Do not become a false idol or a hero just because you got a victory Because, like I said, the devil may be defeated right now, but the devil is always busy. You know, there's never going to be a situation in your life where there's just going to be no devil. You know, because, you know, the devil is like the Joker. You know, if Batman killed the Joker, that'll be the end of Batman in a way. You know, because the Joker is the most notorious villain for Batman. And those be some of the best Batman episodes, him stopping the Joker. You know? So, at the end of the day, as long as you're on your P's and Q's, you have nothing to worry about when the devil tries to come and tempt you. Because that's all the devil can do, is tempt you. You know? It's up to you to pull the trigger. You know? And you can't blame the devil when you pull the trigger. Even if the devil might have caused you to think about pulling the trigger. Because at the end of the day, you're always in control of your destiny. And as long as you realize that, you'll always have a high fraternal and spiritual sense. You know, charitable, humanitarian power, and a spirit of service. You'll always have a strong imagination and an organizing mind. Strongly sensitive to pain of others, both physical and spiritual. And you will always be willing to cooperate as much as possible for the greater good of the people, you know? And this quality becomes more noticeable with the passing of time, you know? So at the end of the day, this is a type of energy that you need to have around you know, to protect you from illnesses and sicknesses and things like that. Because a lot of times, these things, they start in the mind and in the gut. So as long as you keep your gut clean and your mind clean, you'll be able to bypass a lot of these things that the devil is going to try to throw at you to put you in a less comfortable position. So last but not least, let's see what Sunday has for us. So the earth reversed, enslaved prisoner, and the water element. You know? So at the end of the day, don't let the stagnation of the earth, don't let the stagnation messages of this world make you imprison yourself. You know? Stay emotionally on point. Stay emotionally on point. I know you may have some impulses. You may have some impulses to expose some things that's going on with your inner emotions. You know, Cancer in the 8th house. At the end of the day, not everybody needs to know about the toxicity that's going on in your home, you know, with your emotions and things like that. The only people that needs to know this are Yemoyas and Santísima Muertes and Eduardos that can actually help you to get out of your situation. You know, if it's not one of those three, keep it to yourself until you find one of these so they can help you, give you some steps, some positive steps so you can get out of that situation. And then you got Scorpio. Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around somebody else's front door. You know, before you think about exposing hidden things, hidden enemies, you know, ordeals and secrecy, think about how those things are going to affect the mindset of the people that you're associating with. You know, not everything secret about people needs to be exposed to other associates, to other people, you know, because that's being messy. And that type of energy is going to come back to bite you. And if you're someone who's already going through some things as it is, you know, you should be the last one to try to expose that about somebody else. Because at the end of the day, just like Wayne always say, karma is a bitch. We'll just make sure that bitch is beautiful. You know? And at the end of the day, you know, Pisces is shining over the 3rd house. And even though it's not saying that it's in the 3rd house, Aquarius is in the 3rd house, but Pisces is still there. So when it comes to you sharing your dreams, your closest dreams and the things that you're trying to do in the world, Scorpio is in the 11th house and the 12th house. You know, so keep a watch on the people that you're associating with right now. Keep a watch on the secrets that you tell and stuff like that. You know, make sure that it's in good faith. You know, make sure that you're doing, and make sure that that mentally you're associating with other people who want to do things in good faith. Because, you know, with everything that's going on in the world right now, we don't need no more negative emotions. You know, there's already enough negative emotions. There's already too many narratives, too many enslaved prisoner narratives. You know, there's already enough stagnation and things like that in the world already. You know, so if you can be someone that can speak life, if you can be that one person that can speak life to someone, you know, if you could be that one person that can expose a good characteristic about somebody, you know, if you could be someone that can look at a delusional person and show them how, if you can just change one thing, if you can just change this type of mindset, if you can change this type of stagnation, then these dreams, you know, you turn these dreams around, now you won't look so delusional, you know, because now the dreams and the things that you're trying to make come to pass, now it looks like something that can actually work, you know. And like I said, you know, this week and a lot of things that we're going to be going through is going to be about stability in our creative endeavors, you know, working towards that, and also you know, doing things to reclaim our innocence. You know, don't make people have to dig into your past to try to expose something about you, because you're being a gossip queen. You know, you're being a very messy reporter. You're being a very messy gossip reporter, and now, you know, because, you know, God don't like ugly. Now you're the person that you know, that God has to make an example out of for everybody else. You know, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that woman. You know, so make sure you take heed to this message this week, and if you do, my friends, you will be glad that you did. Man, it felt good doing that again. You know, I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. I really hope that you all enjoyed it. I hope that this spoke something positive into your life. You know, we're all going through our own emotional roller coasters right now. So the best thing that you can do is keep people in your prayers. Speak life to people, even if it may be something that you don't understand. You know, try to be empathetic. You know, try to see where people are coming from and help them emotionally any way that you can. You know. And until next time, peace. What's up, y'all? I hope y'all enjoyed that video, and if you stayed to the end, I appreciate you. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I want to redirect you to my Instagram page. I don't promote my Instagram page a lot, but as my subscriber count and things like that rise due to things like shadow banning and stuff like that, I'm hearing that a lot of people aren't getting my notifications when I go live on YouTube and stuff like that. So for all things BandClap TV, my Instagram page and my story are going to have all of the notifications and things like that when it comes to when I'm going live, when I'm going, you know, when I'm releasing videos, when I'm releasing content. Also on my Instagram page, if you're curious about my reviews, for my readings and stuff like that. As you can see on my Instagram, I have a lot of different testimonials and stuff like that. For those who don't know of me as an artist, I also have videos of me performing and stuff like that. I'll be putting out more stuff like that very, very soon. So I'm just trying to get as many people right now to go ahead and follow me on Instagram. That is BandClap TV, and also my Facebook and Snapchat, BandClap TV as well. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all, and like I always say, no matter what, you got to stay shining. You got to stay shining.